Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Dr. Shivani Sharma, Chairperson, Associate Professor, Department of Philosophy, Punjab University. And she will enlighten us on the topic, understanding the nature of crisis through philosophical perspective. Over to Shivani Sharma, ma'am.
Thank you, Vishwabandhuji. I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude towards the principal ma'am of APJ College and of course my junior Rashmi, and we have shared a lovely bond, students of philosophy. The topic that certainly I understand the nature of or the concern that we are sharing here, but as student of philosophy, what I have to offer is certainly a conceptual analysis basically of as to what a crisis is likely to be. What is a crisis? What is the nature of crisis? And that's what when Rashmi asked me that what do I have to likely to say about it, so I finalized that it will be more interesting for people to know what a philosopher or a student of philosophy has possibly to offer. So certainly there are two aspects to my presentation. First of all, it comes to to-do list when we are faced with a crisis like as this one, especially the COVID-19. Certainly, there is a to-do list which has been offered by Arogya Setu and the government officials who are telling us to be more, to keep distance and to be aware of the sanitization process, not to touch your face again and again. I mean, there is a long list and we all know that following it is a compulsion. It is a must. And if we convert all these to-do list into one phrase, that would be prevention is better than cure. And we all know that there is no cure as such as of now, and it might take few more months to come out. And hence, prevention is the best method that we have, or prevention is the best cure in itself. So this is to-do list, which, all social scientists, especially with the quantitative methodologies at their hand, they would prefer to do. But philosophy as a qualitative science, I do not call it as a science, but since it is now has been clubbed, it has now been clubbed into social sciences group. So I do have to accept that, okay, a part of it, a part of philosophy does refer to science. And hence, philosophy as a social science does agree. It does agree with the problem that has faced us or that we are facing. But still, the nature of crisis itself that one can possibly think of is like the very first question is crisis, every crisis, a threat to our human existence? What is the nature of crisis? Why do we have to treat it as a crisis and not as a normal condition of life? Certainly, there is something which is troublesome, which is gruesome, which is challenging human existence, and that is why it cannot be considered or it cannot be taken lightly. And there is another thing or another aspect which adds to it, is that probably a crisis gives meaning to your life or human life. There is a possibility that it gives us a purpose of life. जैसे हम एक शब्द बोलते हैं पुरुषार्थ है ना, तो पुरुषार्थ में क्या है? There is, if I'm sure some of you must have read Viktor Frankl's search for meaning of life. It's a small little book, and he has been a survivor of Nazi camp, and when he finally got through that Nazi camp, he got a chance. He was a psychiatrist basically, so he got a chance to write his own experiences, and he writes that this human life is nothing but to find a meaning of life. So probably crisis or any form of crisis, जैसे अभी history में भी बता रहे थे, there is a long history of all kinds of pandemics that we have gone through. So probably every crisis provides us or facilitates us with an occasion to find a meaning of life. And this is the fundamental question for philosophers. It has been the fundamental task of philosophers to understand what is the purpose of life, what is the meaning of life, how do we dwell with it, how do we deal with it, how do we understand as to what is to be done and what is not to be done. So keeping this in mind, I'm reminded of William James. He says that philosophy is nothing but a response to life. And I also wish to bring in Husserl's crisis of European science and transcendental knowledge. I mean, Husserl has a lot to say about the nature of crisis. So I'll be picking up two aspects, one from Indian perspective, that is, if we see that Mahabharata, Ramayana, they're full of, especially Apad Dharma. The term that we use for crisis is Apad Dharma. That is a situation whereby your dharma is the general dharma, the samanya dharma is no longer the dharma, but you have to act in a different way. You can choose differently in such a situation when you are in a situation like this as we are now in coronavirus. So Apadharma, in Mahabharata, we find that there is a complete section on Apadharma, but I won't be referring to entire Mahabharata. I'll be picking up rather Kautilya Arthashastra, according to which very interesting things that we find. There are three things that there are when a person is in crisis, who possible that you cannot trust on people when those people are in crisis. First, the worthlessness of a statement. कोई ऐसा आदमी जिसको आप विटनेस बनाना चाह रहे हैं, वो ऑलरेडी क्राइसिस में, उसकी विटनेस कहीं काम नहीं आएगी. Why? Because his trust, we cannot trust his credentials because he is already in crisis. Second, Kautilya Arthashastra speaks of marriage of a woman who is in crisis. That cannot be trusted. That is just an apadharma. That has no significance. And thirdly, he mentions about a sudden calamity. Now, this sudden calamity is in the form of a crisis which is suddenly faced by humans, and this can be from 2-3 quarters. One, from the thief. कोई चोर चोरी कर गया and you do not have anything to do, but it has already been done. Second, from the king. अब वो क्योंकि उस टाइम पे किंग थे, आज हम उसको इंटरप्रेट अगर करें पॉलिटिकल टर्म्स में, तो इट कैन बी योर गवर्नमेंट, है ना, कि गवर्नमेंट ने टैक्स लगा दिया, आपको देना पड़ेगा. आप सरकारी नौकर हैं तो आपको गवर्नमेंट के फंड में कुछ डालना पड़ेगा, उन्होंने ऑर्डर निकाल दिया तो डालना पड़ेगा. So crisis could be of that form also. Not only this, calamity could be from fire and water also. The natural calamity and human calamity, thief and kings, they belong to human calamity, and fire and water, they belong to the natural calamity. Flood आ गया, tsunami आ गई, है ना, आग लग गई, ये सब जो है natural calamity है. तो इनको एड्रेस करने के लिए जो कौटिल्य हमें सजेस्ट करते हैं, वो कहते हैं 3 ही तरीके हैं. या तो either you address the crisis, or you avoid the crisis, or you simply avoid the crisis, you try to overcome it, or make it as an opportunity, use it as an opportunity. तो अब आज की स्थिति को अगर हम देखते हैं कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, scientists are making best use of this opportunity, making this situation as an opportunity while they are preparing themselves for a new vaccine, or they are trying to hit and trial methods चल रहे हैं जगह जगह. So these are the 3 suggestions by Kautilya, right, the Chanakya. But there is another philosophical, deeper meaning of crisis that we find, which goes back to Greek term, which says that it is krinos is the KRINOS. Krinos is the Greek term whereby says that the crisis is a situation whereby it is a matter of life and death. There is a line and you have to recognize that there is something so grave that you are either this side or that side. The patient, because it is, the term crisis initially was used in the medical history. It does not belong originally to social sciences. It comes to us from medical sciences, क्योंकि वहां पर crisis का मतलब ही ये था life or death. तो इस यही स्थिति आज की भी हम देख सकते हैं कि आज भी हम इस चीज को अपने मेडिकल सिनेरियो में भी देखते हैं, हॉस्पिटल्स में भी देखते हैं, सोसाइटी में भी देख रहे हैं. So we are into that situation whereby everything is, you know, black or white. There is no gray, either death or so. From medical sciences, it has extended, this concept has extended itself to social sciences, to psychology, whereby we talk of, crisis of becoming, identity crisis. When we talk of socio-political thought, we have identity crisis, ki hum hain kya. Not only this, there are a number of other shades of crisis, lasting crisis. These are all shades of psychological crisis that we use. And of course, in Aristotle, we do find a shade of it, the root of crisis, when he talks of conflict and decision. Decisions are always made out of conflict. So crisis is a form of conflict if we talk in philosophical terms. Not only this, we have further definition by James Dodd, who says that a situation or a crisis is something whereby we cannot go further, whereby we cannot put hold to the position that we are in. So it is a necessity. ये एक ऐसी necessity है जिसको आपको bear करना है, but while bearing it, you have to bring in a radical change to that situation. So you have to make a decision. You have to come up with a solution which is forever. You cannot ignore it. You have to find a solution to realize that this is destroy humanity as such. And if the structure of crisis, we take this crisis in terms of experience that people have gone through. जैसे अभी हिस्ट्री के प्रोफेसर्स ने थोड़ा सा भी बताया कि किस किस तरह से कैसे कैसे पंजाब में वो लोग आए. We as students of philosophy would like to talk of crisis in terms of experience that people have gone through. एक तो है आपका एक डाटा आपने इकट्ठा कर लिया, लेकिन डाटा के अलावा जो एक्सपीरियंस है, जो हुआ सब्जेक्टिव एक्सपीरियंस, वो किस तरह का रहा होगा. It is more on based more on that, and hence when we analyze the nature of crisis, we have to get to the roots of experience that people faced. है ना, हमारी दादी नानियां, हमारे जो बुजुर्ग हैं, जब वो कोई पाकिस्तान से जब हमारा युद्ध हुआ था तो उसके बारे में जब वो एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करते हैं, so we get that feeling कि हाँ किस तरह से वो रहा होगा कि जी हम रात को लाइट नहीं जला सकते थे, हम इस तरह से नहीं कर सकते थे. Now this is not a data. This is not an empirical data. It is a subjective experience of fear, probably what they had gone through. And secondly, why this crisis is to be addressed, because ignoring a crisis will deplete the species, or will deplete the humanity as such. And hence, it is not asking the question as to what crisis is not equivalent to ask as to what is a cup, what is a table. They are completely different things. When we ask as to what is crisis and what is a table, there are two different things. First of all, one can be, what is a table can be ostensibly defined. मैं आपको दिखा के समझा सकती हूँ किसी भी स्टूडेंट को कि टेबल इसको कहते हैं. But when it comes to defining crisis, you cannot have an ostensive definition. आपके पास एक बनी बनाई रेडीमेड डेफिनेशन नहीं आएगी. और दूसरा, जब मैं पूछती हूँ कि ये टेबल क्या है, तो उस टेबल में और मेरे में एक अंतर है, एक डिस्टेंस है. जबकि जब मैं क्राइसिस के बारे में जानना चाहती हूँ, वहां पे मैं खुद ही वो प्रश्न मैं हूँ. मेरे से वो प्रश्न अलग नहीं है, मेरा अनुभव जो होगा उसके बारे में वही बताऊंगी मैं। लेकिन जब मैं इस तरह के ऑस्टेंसिव प्रश्न करती हूँ, जैसे एम्पिरिकल सोशल साइंसेज मोस्टली करती हैं, तो वो एक दूरी रखते हैं, उसमें एक दूरी ऑब्वियस आती है, नॉट दैट इट इज एन इंटेंशन, और rather it is the aim of social scientists is to maintain objectivity, I would say. So in order to maintain that objectivity, they keep a distance between their questions and the answers that are into coming. And secondly, crisis, thirdly, crisis is not something which is finished. Crisis is something which is ongoing event. It is yet not finished. It has not gone by. It is yet there and yet not finished. So it is a constant pressure. It is, a human being is under constant pressure in a crisis. And certainly the human being who is dealing with crisis or who is in crisis has to either live or has to survive it or has to become a victim of it. Now, another nature of crisis is that it arises suddenly. You suddenly get aware to the you become conscious, you become aware कि ओहो ये तो situation यहाँ आ गई। टाइम पे हम अपनी फ्लाइट्स को बंद कर देते तो शायद देयर वाज अ चांस कि कुछ सिचुएशन इस तरह से ना खराब होती, इतनी ना खराब होती। अभी भी आई वुड से कि काफी बाकी देशों से जब हमने लॉकडाउन किया था तो काफी हम बेहतर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये खुलने के बाद एकदम से बढ़ते जा रहे हैं केसेस। बट दिस सडननेस ऑफ दिस वन एलिमेंट, सडननेस, एकदम से जो चीज का बढ़ना है, ये क्राइसिस का फंडामेंटल नेचर है। लेकिन ये सडननेस एकदम से नहीं आती है। ये कहाँ से, क्राइसिस जो है वो रिस्क को एक्यूमुलेशन से बनता है। कोई भी क्राइसिस जो है वो रिस्क एक छोटा छोटा करके इकट्ठे कर करके छोटे छोटे रिस्क जो हैं वो जब एक्यूमुलेट हो जाते हैं तो वो क्राइसिस में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं। एंड इसीलिए प्रोबेबली all crises may give us some sign in advance. हम लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं कोई छोटे छोटे साइन मिलते हैं क्राइसिस के, लेकिन हम जब उनको निग्लेक्ट करते हैं, अवॉइड करते हैं या उनको ध्यान नहीं दे पाते हैं तो वो एक जो रिस्क छोटे वो कहीं ना कहीं बढ़ने लगते हैं और वो क्राइसिस में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं। एंड प्रोबेबली दिस इज द रीजन दैट एनी गवर्नमेंट मस्ट नॉट कंसील द फैक्ट्स। जो कि हम लोगों को डाटा जो भी दिया जाता है वो मुझे मालूम नहीं है कितना रिफाइन करके दिया जाता है, कितना ऑथेंटिक होता है। So one of the points that I wish to bring it to your notice is, and certainly crisis also gives us an opportunity as a society to bring in solidarity among us. How? Because जैसे मान लीजिए कि environmental crisis है, environmental crisis जब होने लगा तो हम लोगों को ये समझ आने लगी कि environment को अगर हमने over use किया तो it will lead to some circumstances, to some situation which will not be beneficial for our future generations to come. So हमने क्या किया, टेक्नोलॉजीज को कन्वर्ट करना शुरू किया, कुछ इस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजीज बनाने लगे जिसमें एनवायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजी हम जिसको हम कह सकते हैं। तो एक तरह से क्राइसिस हमें हमारी लिमिटेशन की, हमारे कैपेसिटी के बारे में बताता है। एवरी क्राइसिस कम्स टू अस बताते हुए आता है कि आपकी कैपेसिटी क्या है, आपकी एबिलिटी क्या है, आपकी लिमिटेशंस क्या हैं। सो एवरी क्राइसिस मस्ट बी अंडरस्टूड इन टर्म्स ऑफ अ चैलेंज which human beings must take it as a challenge so that future generations are beneficiaries. And of course जैसे मैं solidarity की बात कर रही थी, तो क्राइसिस एक तरह से मनुष्य में या ह्यूमैनिटी में मोरालिटी को भी बढ़ाता है, बिकॉज उसमें सॉलिडारिटी आती है कि भाई मैं अगर बीमार हुई तो मेरे परिवार भी बीमार होगा, मेरा परिवार बीमार होगा तो मेरा पड़ोसी भी बीमार होगा। तो इस तरह से कहीं ना कहीं देयर इज एन एथिकल एलिमेंट इन क्राइसिस और नेचर ऑफ क्राइसिस which must be understood in all seriously. Not only this, crisis का जो एक सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है जो फिलॉसफी में देखने में आता है, और वो हुसरल ने ही कहा है कि इसमें टाइम जो है, दो तरह का टाइम है। एक है ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइम, ये ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइम है कि आज इतने बजे से लेके इतने बजे तक फलां लोग इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे, जूम के प्लेटफॉर्म पे इकट्ठे हुए, वो बात कर रहे हैं, बट ये ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइम है। लेकिन एक है सब्जेक्टिव टाइम, जिसमें मेरा अनुभव और आपका अनुभव अपनी अपनी तरह का होगा। अब इस अनुभव, ये दोनों तरह का जो टाइम है, एक फ्लो ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस में चल रहा है। ये फ्लो ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस को जब हम एड्रेस करते हैं तो यहाँ पर हमारे को टाइम मिलता है कि कोई भी चीज जो हमारे सामने आती है, हम उसको अपनी नजर से, क्योंकि हमारा रंग अलग है, सब्जेक्टिव एलिमेंट हमारा अलग है, आपका अलग है, तो जब हमारा एलिमेंट उस चीज को देखने की कोशिश करता है, वो अपने नजरिए से देखेगा। कोई एक पर्सन, अ पर्सन हु इज इन लव, इफ ही इज फीलिंग गुड अबाउट एनीथिंग, उसको अपने बिलवड के साथ जितना मर्जी टाइम वो स्पेंड कर ले, इट विल फ्लाई ऑफ इन अ मिनट। बट अ पर्सन हु इज इन क्राइसिस, उसके लिए एक दिन भी जो है एक साल के जैसा बीत सकता है। सो द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन क्राइसिस एंड टाइम इज सो इंटरमिंगल्ड कि हमें क्राइसिस में एक एक पल जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं बड़ा मुश्किल लगता है। और यही हुसरल हमें बताता भी है कि क्राइसिस में क्राइसिस इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ टाइम विच अवेयर्स अस, जो हमारे को चेतावनी देता है कि आप, टाइम आपके पास ज्यादा नहीं है। क्राइसिस में टाइम की एक तंगी होती है जिसको हमें एड्रेस करना चाहिए और नोट करना चाहिए कि क्राइसिस का जो टाइम होता है उसको किस तरह यूटिलाइज किया जाता है। एंड प्रॉब्ली दिस इज द रीजन कि हमारे जितने भी पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स हैं, वो अपनी अपनी स्टेट में कभी लॉकडाउन करते हैं, फिर थोड़ा सा खोल के देखते हैं, फिर उसको ट्रायल देते हैं कि कितने पेशेंट्स आ गए। So probably these are the reasons whereby the nature of crisis is very significant for me as a student of philosophy. And lastly, crisis also creates a fear. It creates a worry. क्योंकि क्राइसिस में आपको फ्यूचर में आने वाले जो टाइम है उसके प्रति आपके मन में इतना भय होता है, इतना फियर होता है, that you are not aware, you do not know what is going to happen. So there is a fear that fear is a part of crisis. Innate या गिवननेस है fear and worry. ये उसके दो पहलू हैं जो उसको फ्यूचर के साथ जोड़ते हैं. And these are the two things, of course, but finally on the optimistic level, if we say, it not only generates fear and worry only, it also raises hope. हम लोगों में उम्मीद भी तभी जागती है कि जब हम क्राइसिस में काम करते हैं तो हमारी प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ती है, हमें हमारी एनर्जी लेवल्स हाई होते हैं कि हम कुछ करें, हम कुछ इसका सोल्यूशन निकालें. And probably Husserl is right in saying that it is a hope against hopelessness, because every crisis brings in a hopelessness, but at the same time it also generates hope. So with this remark, I would like to end that we are all sailing in a same boat, and optimism must be kept intact so that solutions to problems by sharing, by caring, and by hand holding must kept to be it must be kept on forever. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Shivani ma'am, thank you very much.